What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the hybrid mod action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the green color, playing as Zeus. He's from the F2 clan. His name is Player in the red color. Well, that's the wrong way. In the teal color, playing as Thor. He is from the AoL clan. His name's Iron and he's also partner from the F2 clan is IamWiz. This is a combined clan of AoL and F2 so that they can participate with enough members. On the other side of the map in the ONU clan, blue color playing Zeus is Piske, purple color playing Loki is Sparks, and red color playing Thor is, I have no idea what that is, Jadenho maybe? Jadenho? Let's go with Jadenho. Alrighty now, so the thing that's really cool, I mean the map's Marsh of course, as we know this already, but the thing that's really cool about RTSLeague is you sign up with like a list of players and then you can pick and choose which players you want to use based on like anything, I think. I'm pretty sure if like you get into the game and then they realize that they want to play on a certain map, you can then pick a different person to play on that map and it's totally fine. But we are seeing that Marsh is the map, and we're seeing that Odin player got swapped out for a Loki player. So I don't know if that was because he had to leave, or if it was a strategic decision by F2 and AoL, or if they just want to share it around a little bit. But generally, you see these clans using their top players online at the time when it happens. Sometimes scheduling 6 players to be online at the same time is super difficult, so you have to kind of make do with what you have. But it looks like F2 and AoL is still a very strong team here. Wiz, very strong player. He plays quite a bit on the extended edition, very high rated there, and plays a little bit on Vubli as well. But I think he's an Uranus player, so not a Loki player. AoL Iron Man, talked about him yesterday, not yesterday, in the last video. Anyways, he is a very seasoned nilla player, so he's got a lot of experience in this sort of hybrid mod. Even though it's kind of new, he's got experience in nilla, so he knows what's going on there. And player is an expert. He used to be known as TSM player. For some reason, he's decided to leave TSM, join F2, so he can play in the RTSLeague. And then we have some people I don't know. Jadenho from ONU, don't know him. Sparks, don't know him. And Piske, I have no idea who these guys are. So hopefully they can show us who they are, make a good showing in this game. We'll see what happens here. I'd really like to see some Athena rush with like a Forseti Ulfsark armory boosted Thor play. That's my favorite rush kind of vibe with Thor is just you just spam Ulfsark, and I just really I've just got this affinity with Ulfsark for some reason recently. I just think they're super strong. Anyways, Wiz should be thinking about just going Forseti and spamming those Herser and getting those raids in. Semi-fast mythic, flaming weapons, tier with Fimbulwinter, and you should be able to do a significant amount of damage there. So we'll see if he can manage to pull that one off without losing, especially against a Zeus player. Zeus players can, if he goes through Hermes, it's generally going to be, you go, okay, if he goes through Hermes, I go semi-fast mythic. It's going to work. If he goes through Athena, you have to work out, okay, he might be going for some sort of hoplite Toxito aggression there and have to really adapt a lot differently. So we'll see what happens there. It does look like there's only 2 villages on players gold at the moment, which means super fast heroic age. 4 minutes to 4 minutes and 30 seconds is the general gist of that not heroic age, classical age. Come on. Alrighty, Temple is going up for player, so he's almost thinking about the classical age at this point. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing Hermes, but Athena, a fast Athena attack is also just as good, especially against a Norse player with kind of exposed gold mine right here. If you can set up your forward base somewhere around here, then boom, right into this tower. I think the tower may be in town center range, but you get enough hoplite in here and a Minotaur and a Jason to soak up the town center. Should be totally fine. So if we jump around to people's perspectives right now, we're not seeing anyone advancing just yet, it looks like. No. Oh, we're seeing Forseti from Wiz, so that's a very fast Forseti, potentially going to allow him to defend against any sort of early Centaur aggression. Centaurs are strong in nilla, but they're not as strong as Titans because you don't get the early one. You don't get the 430 one coming out. So You don't have too much to worry about, and you can normally get your walls up before they do any significant amount of damage. We're seeing Hermes from Player, Freya from Jad and Ho, AoL Iron Maiden going through Freya, Spark going through Forseti as he is Loki. That makes total sense. And we're seeing more and more of that. Piske also going through Hermes. So we're probably going to see, we should definitely see semi-fast heroic from Wiz. If he does not do that, he's silly. Anyways, I mean, there's other options. Like you can go fast heroic or semi-fast heroic, grab 2 town centers and battle ball raid. That's great as well. But I think trying to get Fenris Wolves out early is generally a very, very solid tactic in a team game. Anyways, we're seeing these Ursa looking like they want to move forward. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, so he can move forward and start bashing away at these sentry towers. Hermes is about to come out. He does have 3 villagers on favor. That's 33 favor, allowing him to get 2 centaurs out straight away. But he does need to get out his Jason and Odysseus in order to deal with this early pressure that's coming up. And we aren't seeing Piske build any of those units just yet. He's chucking up archery ranges. Oh, I don't know about this. Going archery ranges is not what we want to do. Generally, you go stables with this Hermes play. Go 2 stables, centaurs at the back in order to raid while you're getting attacked, and you basically just fend with those cavalry. We are seeing Wiz trying to look for something to do here. And if we check out what Player's doing, I think he's got enough favor for 1 centaur, but he's not going to be building that just yet. We're seeing the Jason move in, try and do a little bit of harass, but he's going to be kicked out of there with that Hersa, and we're seeing some of those longhouses pump up at this point. A couple of idle villages here need to get back to work, and we're seeing those stables come up right now, so he can start spending those resources in his bank. Maiden, on the other hand, he's chucking up his own barracks, and he's going to be going for his standard raiding cavalry play. He loves raiding cavalry. Who doesn't love a good raiding cavalry? They build so slow and they move so fast, but they can do quite a bit of damage to villages. So we're going to see him just building all of those ones up as fast as possible, getting that 4th longhouse. Generally, you don't need the 4 longhouses. If you just click auto queue, these 3 longhouses at this stage is totally fine. But AoL Iron Maiden, that seasoned nilla professional, no auto queue in sight. If we jump over to Wiz's perspective, also no, he's got auto queue on his temple. No other auto queue. Seeing some more food grabbing here, and Odysseus and Jason just picking off some of these units here as they run through, but nothing too significant there. We're seeing longhouses going up for Sparks. He's got the double temple, and he's going to be producing some of those Hersa, looking for something to do. There is Canopic Jar of Imseta here. That's not going to be too useful. I'm surprised no one's actually picked up any of these relics. There's probably something good. Dwarven Calipers is decent. It's worthwhile grabbing. And we're seeing AoL Iron Man looking for some villages right now, and the raids happening right now. Losing some of these. Oh no, you don't. Part of what makes Loki so hard is you only really want to build about 10 Hersa before you start teching. If you lose the Hersa, it slows you down so much, because then you have to rebuild them in order to have them for when you need to use your god powers. So you just want to run around, not actually fight, and try and pick off as many villages as you possibly can. But that's not happening at this point. We're seeing the Hersa move in, going to be trying to pick off some of these units here, bash away at the Longhouse. If we check out what what's his name? Sparks is doing, he's almost got the 10 favor for Hall of Thanes, and then once you get Hall of Thanes, if you can get it this early, well, he's running away. I'm not sure why he's running away from the Longhouse at this point, but if you get it super early, then you can start really raiding super hard and not worrying about losing your Hersa. We are seeing these raiding cavalry looking for something in the base of Sparks, but he's actually just losing these raiding cavalry to the town center, which is unfortunate. Does manage to get out with 5 HP on that raiding cavalry, but he could just start bashing down a temple or something, maybe cast a Forest Fire over here. We do see Jadenho using his Forest Fire over here. Not 100% sure why he did that. It's kind of like a natural defense. We are seeing Spy gets cast somewhere, and looks like Griddle of Hippolyta coming in for Piske, which is great. Gives himself some stronger Toxito, which is much needed. We're seeing a little bit of a fight coming in over here. Piske is trying to pick off what Wiz has, as well as Sparks, so he's actually going to have to retreat here. He does have some food over here in these hippopotamus, so he can move over there at this point, which is totally fine. And we're seeing a little bit of, oh no, just back and forth here, not doing anything there. We're seeing where's that come down? We see a healing spring coming down right now in order to save these guys, and these rain cavalry is just going to be causing a lot of mischief in the base of Sparks. However, it looks like no real help coming in for for Wiz at this point. He's just going full straight for Spark. He does not care. He sees the gold mine and he's like, no, I'm going for this. You're going to lose all these villages if you're not defending. All these dwarves are going to be under a lot of pain. Spark is only sitting at 100 gold at this point. All these dwarves look like they're going to be retreating back into the base. Does get a nice troll spawn, but troll not the best one. Would have much preferred to see an iron here there, but unfortunately you can't predict which is going to happen there. One temple does go down from that forest fire, as well as an ox cart. That's going to be huge, and we're seeing AoL Iron Maiden get out of there with his life, and we're seeing a lot of pushing in here from Jadenho, doing a lot of damage to player. He's actually having to be forced to grab that watchtower. Feel like maybe he's just not doing the right strategy at this point. What's going on in his base? He's spamming units, so definitely not looking to go to the classical age, the heroic age just yet. Just trying to stay alive. But how does Jadenho have this many units? This is crazy. I guess he's got a lot of Ulfsark and throwing axemen, and they build quite fast. And if we jump over to Jadenho's perspective, he's sitting at 115 of 115 population. And he's got, I don't know what's going on there. He does actually need to chill out on that and then just jump straight to the next age. He couldn't get there probably by like 11 minutes at this point. Or he can start fighting. He needs to grab his upgrades, and we'll see if he does do that or not. But it looks like player not 100% sure why you're moving out at this point. If he gets a surround on your army, just grabs these raiding cavalry and runs around the back of your army, then he can really do a lot of damage to you and move at the front. It's going to be brutal. We are seeing the medium hippocon looking like they're trying to find some villages over here. We're seeing the Hersa, which do have spied, getting picked off there, and we're seeing some raiding cavalries move in, pick off. That was a lot of villages lost right there by AoL Iron Maiden, picking off those Piske villages, and we're seeing some multi-raids kind of not trying to control them, but just ready to go. And finally, some of those, looking like you're losing a villager there to that battle board, not the best choice there. And this is not what you want to do. When you have the population advantage, you want to be putting pressure on, not chasing armies around. You can just send a couple of units around to chase them and be totally fine, but looks like at least no, they don't have the super speed just yet. So picking off these villages is going to be huge. Oh no, you got to pick off this one. Come on, he's got 1 HP. No. All right, that's fine. Nice job there by Jadenho to save those guys, but he's gonna have to retreat out at this point. And it looks like Piske is gonna be in a really good position here with all of those Toxotos. He's sitting in a great position to be going to his heroic age, right? Jumping over to Piske's perspective, yep, he's going to be going to the heroic age really soon, but Maiden looking like he's trying to do as much damage as he possibly can to Piske's economy right now. What he could be doing is grabbing more and more of those armory upgrades in the Pierce, and then just going for a gigantic catch out on this army with his entire raiding cavalry force and pick those guys off. That would be really smart play right there. But it looks like Wiz, how's Wiz going? Is he looking like, no? Oh, he's looking like he wants to go to that next stage. He needs to get the armory up. He's been chasing units around a little bit too much, so that's going to be a little bit difficult for him. And we are seeing Piske move in, try and I'm not sure what he's doing with these units. You can't actually pick anything off. Maybe he's moving towards the gold mines. It looks like that is potentially what's happening there, and Wiz is going to be under a lot of. That's brutal if he gets. Oh no! All of these Toxto raids are the most brutal, because if you can start attacking them, oh no, you got to attack. You can't just let him run away. Garrison in the tower, and all of these villages kind of get away. He does manage to pick up a couple of dwarves there, but that's super unfortunate. Maiden looking like he's still trying to pick off a bunch of what Piske is doing, so he's actually still picking off a lot of those villages, and he does have heroic age armor, so he's really able to survive quite a lot of time in the base of other players there. We do see Apollo has come out now for Piske. I would really like to see all of these raiding cavalry just move up here and pick off these units here, but it looks like the Toxoto raids are underway. Going to be trying to pick off as many of these units as they possibly can, and it looks like maybe if you can pick off the Ox Cart, that's going to be brutal. Oh my god, Wiz. Ouch. That's such population deficit right there, village deficit. Losing so many dudes right there is going to be super difficult for Wiz to like stay relevant in this game. Actually managing to pick up every single one of them. So maybe at this point, Maiden's like, maybe I should go and save Wiz's base from being killed, but that's not happening just yet. Also, Wiz probably should have just started mining from here and he would have been totally fine. But Bragi is coming through, and it looks like Wiz not going to be able to go for that semi-fast mythic at all. Town Center is coming up here for Piske, but it looks like Wiz is on top of that. Going to be able to move in. Oh, not paying attention. There we go. Wiz is going to be able to figure this out. Grab all of these villages. He does still have access to Hermes. However, would not want to use Hermes at this point. because flaming weapons is an option. But all of these villages should actually fall down, and we're seeing Sparks is trying to move in at this point, trying to do some damage over to what Wiz has got, and Wiz probably should not be wanting to fight this at this point. Looks like the Iron Yard is going to get picked off as well. Wiz not controlling his units at all. Looks like the medium Toxtos looking like they're trying to find some more villages to pick off at this point. And so is, oh my god, so the Raiders. This is just like, it's such a brutal game of villages just getting picked off left, right, and center. We're seeing Jadenho get pressure from player as well, losing all of those dudes while he's trying to push through here. We are seeing Maiden go through Bragi as well. Wiz retreating here at this point. Is player looking like he's going? No, he's just sitting in the heroic age. Sparks not just there yet. Jadenho's going through Skadi. I like to see Skadi, and it looks like all of these Zeus units are under a lot of pressure right now. Going to be getting picked off, but the Hippocon going to be trying to pick off a watchtower at this point, so he can just continue to kill off this gold mine. And that's no gold income from Jadenho, but he does have 1100, which can be translated very quickly into Frost Giants, which are brutal units. They're very, very good. We're seeing Piske attempt to grab this second town center again, and as he hits the heroic age, you should be thinking about grabbing some town centers. Something sent a bunch of units over here and over here. We do see that this town center is accessible through the land, so you definitely want to wall that off and try and control that as best as you possibly can. We're seeing town center 2 come up for F2 player, and Maiden not yet grabbed he's grabbing his second town center just now. And it looks like he's moving forward into the middle of the map, so he's still looking for dudes to kill. It's very, very good. There is this wooden wall here. He can actually run through that and then get onto this location. We see that Frost is getting cast here, which is going to be good for him. Frost generally you can use, and you can just like wall this in as well, so you can pick off every single one of these units, which would be very, very good for Jadenho. But looks like his economy's been destroyed. Oh my god, it's been destroyed so bad. These Hippocon have just been chilling over here, killing off units left, right, and center. That's brutal. So many village deaths this game. We're seeing a town center was trying to get grabbed there by AoL Iron Maiden, but Sparks not having any of that. Piske grabbing that underworld passage here. Not sure what's going on there, but essentially I feel like Maiden could just move up over here and then really do some damage. We are seeing that a bunch of these units are moving onto player's base as the frost is about to expire. And they're going to be able to pick off all of these guys, no doubt about that. However, looks like Maiden finally able to pick off some of these Toxito, and we're seeing those units move back out, and we're seeing the Hersurge swap around. That's going to be a little bit difficult as we're seeing these heavy raiders now coming into the gold mine of Sparks. When you don't wall up, this is what you're asking for. You're asking for just raids left, right, and center. And if you're not putting pressure onto your opponent, like no one's putting pressure onto Maiden in this game, you're going to lose all of these villages over and over again. And these raiders are brutal. This is just like, I love seeing this. And we're seeing, again, player just looking for more villages to kill off. But finally, Jadenho has managed to get some units over here to defend against. We're seeing more units get picked off. Sparks hits the heroic age through Bragi, and we're seeing a couple of Wiz's units are pumping out now. He's got some of these hammer trolls. He did probably have quite a bit of wood in the bank, so finally trying to spend some of that over there. Wiz sitting at quite a lot of gold at the moment, so he can start producing those battle boar. He's going to be able to pick off this underworld passage. No problem there. Player definitely does not need to kill off this one. Can just focus on the Thor army here. But he's going to be retreating at this point. That underworld passage is going to go down. Maiden's going to be grabbing his third town center. Get further and further ahead. Has lost quite a few of these raiders at this point, but picked off so many villages. It is worth it. We can see the score difference right now. 1,800 to 3,000. Just because Maiden hasn't been touched this game. That's just how it works. Maiden's put all the pressure on and received none of it. But Wiz has also been devastated as well. So we'll see if these guys can keep going. We're seeing more of these hammer trolls are popping out here for Wiz. Love seeing that, especially when you get those upgrades coming out. We are seeing Jason's going to be able to pick them off super fast. The Ursa are focus firing the Jason though, so that's going to be totally fine. And you can see these, when these hammer trolls throw their rocks, they actually heal HP. So that's I don't know if that's a little bit of a little tip there, but or secret in the game, but more villagers falling for Piske, and we're finally seeing Maiden decide to start killing something that's not a villager. Can now move in, pick off Piske's town center here, and then keep moving forward. Grabbing more and more town centers would be the right move now for Maiden. His economy should be gigantic. Yeah, you can see it's just like absolutely huge. Should be spending some of those resources onto onto Battle Ball and getting some more longhouses up, but he's actually not spending anything at this point. Not 100% sure why that's going on there. We see that Sparks is back onto this gold mine again. It'd be funny if we saw like player then move over and try and kill it. Nope, looks like AoL Iron Maiden is going to be attempting to move back over here. We are seeing Ceasefire does get cast, and it looks like, oh, just get the town center up. Build the town center, bro. Wait, Wiz? Yep, gets the food, gets the town center going, so that's unfortunate there. I feel like Piske wasn't 100% sure about that. I feel like he definitely did not need to cast Ceasefire there. Anyways, we're seeing Wiz get some side build action going into Blue's base here, and the gold mines are getting mined from this black corner, which has not been scouted. We do see one raiding cavalry over here, which if he did manage to scout that out would be totally fine. But we should note that they should know, like F2 and AoL should know there's another gold mine in the space somewhere, because you only see this one gold mine, and there's definitely 2 large gold mines in the base. And I guess you could think that's in the middle of the base, but why would he be mining outside here if it is? Anyways, Sparks and ONU defending a little bit over here, and this town center looks like it's probably going to make it up in time for the ceasefire, and then we're going to see, oh no, you got to keep building it. I think he just choked a little bit. I was not 100% sure if he'd get it up or not, but it looks like it will get up. Oh, okay. Sparks are starting to tap out. They're not happy about this at all. F2 player casting the second ceasefire, and Jadenho resigning, as well as Piske. And unfortunately for ONU, they lose 2-0 in this best of 3 series between F2 and AoL and ONU. So well played there by Maiden player and Wiz for holding on there. Maiden picking off so many villages was absolutely brutal, and also player managing to pick off villages in a situation where you just think he wouldn't have. Feel like with all of those infantry, if you ever had downtime with them, just build walls, man. They're just so strong. Thor's one of those gods that can just wall the entire map and not have any repercussion for it. And you do save yourself a lot of harm on your base. And unfortunately, Jadenho could not deal with that. He was actually doing really well and punishing player, but player managed to pull out a little rabbit out of the hat there in order to get ahead. So well played there. If you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name's Boit, and I will see you guys next time.